everybody, and welcome to another episode of Playing Games with Strangers. I'm your DM tonight. My name is John Harju, and I do regret to inform you that J.S. Earls will not be with us tonight, so we'll have to have a workaround going with that tonight. So I apologize for the Orbog fans who are out there, but also with us tonight is that laugh you just heard was Stevie Mac, Steve
That's
McDonald, who plays Fire Hands in Supersonic Pod Comics,
Yes.
as well as in our podcast, Gareth, the Dragonborn
Cleric.
I know, I almost called you cleric
Paladin.
too. Paladin. Thank you.
I read your mind.
We also have Josiah Crandall,
Hi, I'm here.
who plays Mr. Matrix in Supersonic Pod Comics, as well as a bajillion other people. And in our show, he plays Pooh, the Bugbear.
The one and only.
We also have Celeste Mora,
Hello.
who plays the grubby gold digger in
I know.
The Randoms. I'm sorry, it's just yeah. Anyway, go listen to Supersonic Pod Comics if you want to understand that. It's complicated. But in our show, she plays Aileen Sugarbaker.
Woo.
Yay! And in the guest chair, we have Eric Campagno.
Hi.
I can pronounce his last name right.
Yeah. Someone let Nathan James Norman know how to say my name.
Compagno.
He plays Graham Walker. Is that the right name?
Yeah, it is Graham Walker. Yes, I am the voice of Graham Walker on the Randoms.
And in ours, he plays Stumblefoot. So I think I've introduced everybody. Did I forget anyone? And I think we're good to go. When I was setting up a map earlier today, I couldn't figure out whose character I was missing, and it turned out I was missing JS's.
You didn't talk about who you voice in the Supersonic Pod Comics series.
The hydroponic.
The hydroponic.
Well, Eric and I are in Washington, so that could actually be a thing.
When Washington State legalized marijuana, I wanted to start a store called Hookah Ponics, a hydroponics store that also sold hookahs and other things.
So many jokes were made when that happened. But anyway, I play Nick Foster in the Randoms, and I did the voice terribly right there because I haven't had to do the voice for a long minute because I haven't had a script for Nick Foster for a long minute. Talking to you, Ben, if you're listening. And I also play the Keeper in the upcoming, but probably not upcoming by the time you guys get this episode, fourth episode of Sumo Girl. So that being said, anybody got anything they want to plug tonight before we jump into the show? I know Celeste's podcast, Geek Devotions, just started season 5 today.
Very cool.
Actually, not the podcast. The podcast is called something different.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying, Celeste. You're not throwing things out there. I'm trying to hawk.
Sorry. Well, I feel bad about being like, hey, go check out my stuff.
That's what this is for. I'm
Unrelated.
literally saying promote your junk while you can.
Okay. Well, Geek Devotions, the YouTube show, started its 5th season. We don't do seasons with our podcast because we're really bad at regularity with that. So while I feel like
could use some promotes.
Our podcast could use some scheduling, but that's another story.
I'm just saying, I'm into branching out. We've had that conversation.
We have had that conversation.
Let's see here, Steve. You got Strangers and Aliens.
Yep, that's still a thing. Although we haven't, we usually have a bunch in the can, so we probably have something coming out this week or next week. I don't know what it is, but our most recent one that was up there was about Out of the Silent Planet, C.S. Lewis.
You inspired
classic.
me to read it.
Then there you go. We did our job. I can hang up my.
Yeah.
It sat on my bookshelf. It sat on my bookshelf for about 3 years, and now I'm actually going to try to read it. So.
Well, good. Read it, and then read the other two, and then read the other 2 short stories that he wrote that had science fiction in them, and then read the Dark Tower. And
Tower.
Ooh, then you'll be ready to talk to us about it.
Dark Tower is super good, but super disappointing.
Are you talking about the Stephen King book?
No, the C.S. Lewis short story.
Oh.
There's a C.S. Lewis.
Not finished.
Yeah, C.S. Lewis started a sequel to Out of the Silent Planet called The Dark Tower, and put a lot of ideas in there, and actually put a lot of it in story form, and it's just not finished because he just had a better idea, and that idea was Paralandra. So it's just a completely unfinished thing.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of unfinished, some rough stuff there. You have some, odd things for C.S. Lewis to have written because he didn't polish it up or anything for publication, but we still have it, and it's kind of odd. So there you go. It's like the 3.5 book in the trilogy.
Gotcha. Now, Josiah, you are the myth and the enigma of the podcast because you don't chat with us very much in between episodes, and when you stay pretty much in character when you're on the episode.
That's
so
true.
I don't know if you have anything to hawk other than your movie that you made.
Yeah, I've got the short film. I'm working on doing the captions for it so I can put it on Amazon Prime eventually. But that's one of my side projects. Sometimes I read storybooks and I put them on like children's books and do all the voices and sound effects for that. And I put those on my SoundCloud. And those are pretty fun.
That sounds cool. Send them to me.
Okay, I will. And then I'm working with JS on another project right now, but that's just
secret.
It's not secret. It's just
secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
Well, there's that.
He's like, Josiah's like, now you understand why I don't talk to you guys.
No, I just it takes me a while to actually think of something good to say, so I just usually don't say anything.
Yeah, because he has plenty of bad things he wants to say to us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I have 3 kids running around when I'm at home, and then I'm back at work doing busy stuff. So and
whatever,
everything else.
Excuses.
So yeah, I have lots of excuses. And then we're remodeling our garage. So
Eric knows about remodeling garages. But anyway,
I did that one time.
Yeah, I was there. I watched you drive a trencher right into the side of it.
That happened.
Well,
it's a thing.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that.
But I digress. We could bird walk all day and just chat, but nobody's going to want to hear that. So let's pretend like we're going to listen to the theme song and dive into the next episode of Playing Games with Strangers. All right. To recap, we found our group. You guys haven't named your party yet. That's
the surprise party.
Surprise party. Nice. We found your group. Managed to get back together in Waterdeep. And you reconnected with a friend of Gareth's named Stumblefoot in Waterdeep, who was a dwarven cleric monk. And he was the leader of the rebellion in Waterdeep called the Defiance. And after some dialogue, you decided to join forces to bring down the insurrection that had taken authority in the town, which is currently being led by Zeus, a druid who is known not to actually be in Waterdeep specifically, and Christopher, a bugbear from the same tribe as Pooh. You were informed through connections of the Defiance that there are various things that needed to take place in order to help take down the ruling parties. One of which was you have to close a portal to the abyss that you happened to stumble across while you were trying to free Gareth from the prison. You know that you needed to grab the needle of the something needle of time. I forgot what the actual weaving.
Wasn't it the spindle or the loom? The loom of time.
Yeah, but it was a needle that was a part of it.
Yes.
That specifically, because trying to move a whole loom is going to be a ridiculous feat. Which brought you to the Tower of the Shining Lady, or the remains of it, which was the god that Stumblefoot had been in service to prior to his conversion upon meeting Gareth.
That's me.
And where you guys ended was just outside one of the ruined towers, where you had seen various creatures milling around, and Stumblefoot, being a sneaky sneaker that he was, managed to lure one outside of the tower and quietly dispatch of it. And that was where we left off, because JS...
I believe I killed him.
Somebody did. I know
hey,
that...
you probably did.
I know Stumblefoot was the one who lured him out, though.
I throwed a rock.
The best rock that I ever did seen throwed.
So I guess that means we are starting up here. So.
All right. Well, we've got, as everyone can see on the map, except for our listeners.
Apologize, listeners. You guys can't actually see the map, so everybody please be as descriptive as you can.
To the east of us, there's two more of those dretches, and then there's a rather nasty-looking, very large creature that Stumblefoot doesn't really want to tussle with until later, maybe.
Maybe you should tell me in character.
I think we should try to sneak around over here to the right, and maybe lure out them other two dretches one at a time. See if we can pick them off.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. Orbog, you stay right here and don't move an inch.
And don't say anything either.
Shut
He'll
your
be the
yap.
quietest of us, too.
Orbog puts his finger to his nose and goes, shh.
I think we might need to let our friend, Gareth, know the plan too, since he is over there.
And I
that
point
might be a good idea.
way far away to where Gareth is standing.
I'm like 40 feet away. Not too far.
So I'm going to stealth back over towards Gareth, so we can join him and then try to get over to the other side. Because I believe we can.
I think we have a pond. We have have to circumnavigate here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just very quietly move, and I'm not trying to sneak or anything. I'm just trying to walk quietly and just be nice and
So
For
not
those of
gonna
you
move.
aspiring to be DMs out there, what Steve is trying to say is, I really want to sneak right now, but I don't want to roll a stealth check.
Well, I'm not like I'm not stealthing. I'm just trying to walk in a way that, like, when I run, my armor is going ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk.
I'm
but
not
I'm just
stealthing. I'm just trying to walk in a way where they can't hear me.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like being unobvious.
So, DM, I have a question.
Okay.
Because
I have several, but go ahead.
I'm trying to remember, because it's been a bit since the last time we played. We're at a castle, right?
Yeah.
Castle ruins.
Right. And so this building that we're looking at right now, is this an outbuilding or is this part of the castle proper?
This is kind of like a detached tower.
Okay, so it's not part of the castle proper. It's kind of it's a building apart.
It's where they'd park the chariots and stuff like that.
But it's a pretty big chariot garage.
It's kind of like a crumbled watchtower.
Got it. Okay. So we're still kind of on the periphery of the castle proper. We're on the outskirts. All right. Okay.
That's like
I just wanted to.
100?
I was just trying to get a refresher because I don't.
Can
I
I
remember.
Can I roll a perception? I just want to, or investigation, whichever one you want me to see like if I can figure out where the actual castle might be.
Oh, you can see it from here. It's not actually on the map, but you can see it.
Yeah. Which way would it? Is it through this tower, or is it like? I'm just.
It's to the north. You're gonna have to go past this in order to get there.
Okay, I guess that's what I was trying to get at.
You're like, is this necessary? Is what you're trying to ask?
Yes, it is. That is what I was trying to ask.
I've been playing long enough, and I've DM'd long enough to know what the actual questions are being asked. I've learned a lot from playing with Eric and watching how Eric deals with things.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stealth. I'm just trying to move without sound.
Orbog looks like he's having some trouble.
And there's
over
the
there.
title.
Trying to move without sound. Isn't that stealthing?
No, you gotta have something else to roll on for moving without sound. I mean, I'm bad at
Roll
stealth,
intelligence.
but come on, give me a chance.
There's some things that certain character classes are good at, and some things that they're not. It just so happens that paladins are the clankier type.
Right. That's why I'm
But
just
if you
trying
encounter undead things, you are the ones that people are going to turn to the first.
Yeah. Paladins and clerics, man, they rock when it comes to undead, but not the quietest group of people. That's okay.
Except for Orbog. Orbog is really quiet right now.
very quiet.
So quiet. It's
so
almost like
quiet.
he's not there.
I know. I would say he's so quiet. It's almost like he's not even here.
All right, let's get on with this plan.
I'm going to stealth towards Gareth.
Okay.
All right.
I'll wait till he
Roll that
gets.
stealth check.
Yeah, that's a
Stumblefoot is going to move with Pooh.
great. Yes, you are. That's an 11 on my stealth check.
Ew.
Okay.
Not great.
I rolled a 12. Also not great.
What
Shall
are
I
these
give it
things
a try,
past
boys?
perception? If you're going to walk with them, you're going to have to.
Stumblefoot, you stepped on my toe.
Oh, sorry about that.
24.
When Pooh and Stumblefoot move, you hear the big beastie thing go, "What was that?"
It was nothing.
Do you actually say that, Pooh?
Yes.
Please don't. Pooh, don't.
I bet he does.
I bet I do. But I say it quietly. I apologize for being Pooh.
All right, so you
It's
watch
okay.
as this giant creature, which does not have wings, suddenly levitates up off the ground.
Oh, poop doodles.
And it flies over here, and then he shouts something in a language none of you understand over his shoulders at the other two mole-looking monsters. And we need to roll us some initiative.
Oh, goody.
Looks like it's time for a scrap.
Sorry, y'all. His passive perception was higher than the 2 numbers that y'all rolled.
Can't we just talk?
I don't think he looks like the talking type.
Well, nobody does until
I'm going to put my actual number that I rolled in.
Yeah, I know how it goes, Eric. You don't have to tell me.
I rolled really well.
This is my actual number. I rolled a 6.
That's amazing.
I rolled a 5.
Oof.
Which is as low as I can roll.
That's what Orbog rolled.
Orbog got a nat 20.
Actually, Orbog. I'm trying to find him on the thing here. There he is. Orbog runs and hides.
As a paladin would.
I'm getting out of here.
He actually pulls the dead Dretch over himself.
When danger reared its ugly head, Sir Orbog bravely turned and fled.
Away, bravely ran away.
Did not.
Sir Robin!
I said Sir Orbog to avoid copyright
I know, but I was just happy I understood the reference.
First time for everything.
Hey.
Nice.
All right, so first up to bat, we have Aileen Sugarbaker.
Bake that sugar. I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't either.
I hope it wasn't insensitive.
It means she's sweet?
Maybe. We'll go with that.
I think it was mildly racist against her halfling race.
I think so. Gareth is nothing if not racist. I mean, you know how he is.
You know, with Orbog underneath the dretch there, it looks like Orbog is dead. He's got a big red X on him.
We should take a picture and send it to JS and say.
I'm sure he would love that.
You didn't survive the first encounter of the night. Sorry.
Sorry, we murdered your character.
Okay, I'm casting Cloud of Daggers over the big baddie.
Ooh, she's pulling out the big guns. All right.
That's Cloud of Dagger. It's not daggers, it's Dagger.
Well, it looks like it could eat me for a snack, and so I'd rather not be a snack.
Well, I'm just saying it's Dagger. It's not daggers. Cloud of Dagger.
But there are multiple daggers.
I think
I'm not saying there's
fun
not.
Of your spell card that posted on Roll20.
Yeah,
Steve,
I'm just saying.
Steve went from not trying to be insensitive to being insensitive. So.
I think I typed the name wrong.
There are multiple misspellings on this card. I think maybe there should be some sort of grammar tax.
Okay, so there's no saves on this. This is just he takes the damage then.
When he enters it, yep.
Well, when she casts it, it's where... when she casts it, he answers it. So, all right. So it's a 5-foot cloud of daggers. Where on his person do you want those daggers to be?
Well, we're gonna go straight for his head.
Okay. Well, you can choose top right or top left because of how the grid sets up.
Top left.
Top left. So it's like. That was the sound of me drawing everybody because you can't hear it. So that box is where the cloud of daggers is located at. All right. So he takes 4d4. So go ahead and throw some damage, please.
44? That's a ton.
No.
4d4.
Don't just. Steve is the king of dad jokes, Eric.
Dad jokes.
I'm going to take 4 to 16.
Yes, I know.
5.
A total of 5?
5?
Yeah.
Wow. That means she rolled a 2 and three ones.
That is exactly what I rolled.
Wow.
So you watch as these daggers start to kind of slice away at the Glabrezu. It doesn't seem to phase it a whole lot.
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
Yep.
And this is why we pulled out the big guns.
This is why we can't have nice things, everybody. All right. Gareth, it is your turn.
What do I know about this thing? This is the first time I've actually seen it. I wasn't up with them.
That is true. Go ahead and make a... Would this be an Arcana or Religion, Eric?
It could classify as either.
Same thing. It's both under Intelligence, so I'll just roll.
Oh, it just, if
You
one...
could
if
you
have-
could technically squeeze it under nature as well if you wanted to.
Same thing. It's all Intelligence.
17?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good roll from you. I'm shocked.
Wait, let me roll again. I can get worse.
No, that's good. You know that this is a demon that is spawned from the infinite layers of the abyss. And you know that demons are the embodiments of chaos and evil, and engines of destruction barely contained in a monstrous form. Specifically, the Glabrezu.
They're not nice.
A Glabrezu takes great pleasure in destroying mortals through temptation. These creatures are among the few demons to offer their service to creatures foolish enough to summon them. Although Glabrezus are devastating in combat, they prefer to tempt their victims to ruin using power or wealth as a lure, engaging in guile, trickery, evil bargains. A Glabrezu hoards riches that it uses to fulfill promises to short-sighted summoners or weak-willed mortals. However, its attempts to entice or deceive fail. The Glabrezu has the strength to fight and win.
You better not have honey. That's all I'm saying.
Is it resistant to any type of attack?
I don't think that would be information that you would know based off of a background.
Okay. Then I will javelin it. And can I do more than one thing, or is that pretty much the deal?
Do you have multiple attacks? I don't think you do.
I don't know where that would be. I don't think so.
Well, what level are you, Steve?
30?
No.
If he's higher than level 5, he should have 2 attacks.
I think
believe-
I think we're
believe
level
paladins-
6, I think.
I believe
Did we-
paladins get a second attack at level 5.
Did we start at 5 and then go to level 6 when we leveled up?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can't find my character level around. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Nope. I'm level 6. So I get 2 attacks?
Yeah, at level 5 you get an extra attack. So yeah, you got 2 attacks.
All right. How about 2 javelins?
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack with your first javelin.
10.
That is a big old miss.
And another one?
Mm-hmm.
19.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
9.
9 points of piercing damage. I may have to nerf this character if you guys are going to swing like that.
Oh, he hasn't met the poo yet.
Yeah, watch out.
Now, when that javelin hit, it struck it, and it was a solid hit, but it doesn't seem like it did as much damage as you were expecting it to.
All right.
All right. Any movement you want to do there?
I can move.
Yeah. For every turn, you get a action, bonus action, and movement, and you don't have to take all of them. And a lot of people don't have bonus actions they can do, but.
I will. Hold on a second. I got to move the box here. There.
All right. Now it is the Glabrezu's turn, and he has to take 4 more D4 damage because he started his turn in the Cloud of Daggers. So go ahead and roll some damage again.
Cloud of Dagar.
And hopefully roll better. 12.
You did roll better.
Nice.
Significantly.
My dice liked me again.
There's the threat of having to send them to dice jail. All right, so
True.
the Glabrezu is going to fly over here.
Oh dear.
And he looks at you all and he goes, "No, it doesn't have to be this way. Surely we can find some amicable means to settle this dispute rather than come to blows."
Well, that sounds good too.
Is there perhaps there's something I can offer you?
Do you have any honey?
He looks at you, Pooh, and he just goes, "Alas, I do not have honey. But I am very well aware that there is a certain individual you want to become reacquainted with. Mayhaps I could make arrangements for you to have an audience with, who is it now? Christopher."
Oh, you could do that?
I can do that.
Mr. Faustus,
Do you hear that?
how do you know who we are looking for?
Oh, I am just a man of many talents.
I'm not entirely sure you are a man.
Knowing what people want, well, that's just a skill one of my designation requires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I believe him. So how would this meeting with Christopher come about?
Oh, that would be very simple. Just lay down your axe.
Uh-huh.
And close your eyes, and I will take you there.
Well, that doesn't sound very, what would you say, wise?
Sounds like a bad deal.
Yes. Perhaps, instead of that, maybe we could think of something where I don't close my eyes or set down my weapon.
Well, I certainly couldn't allow you to approach a person of Christopher's ranking armed now, could I? What sort of servant would I be if I allowed that?
So you're a servant of Christopher's?
No, but we share the same master.
Oh, now that is interesting. I wonder, would you know anything about a loom?
Oh dear, maybe we shouldn't ask this fine gentleman about that. He seems to be attendant to other matters.
Tell me more about this loom. What do you know of it?
It makes a fantastic blanket.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a blanket.
It's also got some fruit. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Who are you punching in the face?
A lot of talking.
I'm punching the Glabrazoo in the face.
Oh, really?
I almost thought you were going to punch Pooh in the face.
No.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack.
Oh, my dice are hot tonight.
2.
I rolled a 10.
Yeah, as you take a swing, the Glabrazoo pulls his head back away from your fist, and you whiff. He's like, "Well, if that's the way it must be, then." And what is he going to do? Oh, he has a really wicked multi-attack.
Yep.
Well, luckily, we don't have a multi. Ha 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 ha.
Good one, Steve.
Yeah.
He has 4 arms, and 2 of them have big pinchers on them.
I have 4 arms, too. Oh, wait.
All right. So
arms.
I believe he has reach.
Yeah, he does. He's a large creature.
Yeah, so he can get all 4 of you. That's 1 attack for each.
Oh, good.
So first person up is going. I'm just going to go from top to bottom here. Gareth, does a 20 hit you? I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah, what do you think?
Okay.
Yeah,
you
sure
take
did.
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength save, please.
Wah, wah.
You are grappled in its pincher.
Cool.
Who is next on the hit list? It's going to be Aelin Sugarbaker.
Can I do an acrobatics before he swings?
Do you have a reaction that allows you to do that?
I don't know.
I don't think you do.
Okay, then no.
Sorry. That is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
And that is going to be set. Okay. Oh, he's rolling the dookie tonight, too. So that's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage as his fist comes and hits you in the face.
Okay.
Next on the hit parade is Stumblefoot.
Bring it.
Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, so he swings at you with his other pincher, and you just kind of hit it up from the underside with your palm, doing some monk stuff, and it snaps just above your head.
Ha!
And then,
Ha
for Pooh, I'm assuming that a 19 hits you.
Of course it does.
Dude, I have to ask.
No, I just wanted to respond in a way that was...
Condescending?
Pooh, what's your AC?
I wasn't going for condescending. I was going... It's 12.
Okay, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he punches you in the face as well.
Ouch!
And he looks at the four of you and said, "You should have at least considered counter-offering."
I did.
And now it's the Dretch's turns. How fast can they move?
Not fast enough.
I don't
They have a-
bargain with the spawns of hell.
He looks at you, he's like, "I'm from the abyss, not hell."
Oh, do you know how to shut the door to the abyss?
Oh, they
Not
aren't-
now, Pooh dear.
Oh.
If not now, then when?
Maybe after he's done punching us?
Well, if he's done punching us, he'll probably be dead.
Pooh, we're not the bad guys. We don't reveal our plans in a lengthy monologue or otherwise to our foes.
All right, Pooh, it is now your turn in the initiative order.
Oh, goody.
Well, I'm just gonna take a step next to you. Whatever you Stumblefoot. I'm gonna step up next to you since I was behind you, and now I'm right up next against this guy, and I'm going to say,
Oh, well, you punched me, so I don't feel bad about this.
and I'm gonna take my great axe to the guy.
Okay.
I'll say,
Here's our counter offer.
yeah. Does a 22 hit?
That's non-raging.
Yeah, that's non-ranging.
Okay. Yeah, 22 is going to hit.
Okay. And then that would be 12 damage.
Your axe magic.
I don't believe so. No, it's just a standard great axe.
Okay. So you make a solid hit, but it still doesn't seem like it did as much damage as it should.
That's unfortunate. Or maybe this one will do better.
And I go for another hit here. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, 20 is going to hit.
12. Yeah, 12 damage.
So, yeah, you made another contact, and it's like you're hitting it, but it's just not cutting like it should.
Gareth, do you have any of those shiny things we used on those other spooky people?
Shiny things?
Like good stuff to get rid of bad things.
Oh, you mean like a religious item?
Yes, that.
I don't think I have anything like that, do I?
Oh, it's not your turn, so you can't really do anything with it yet anyway.
Well, no, but I can answer him.
Oh,
I do not.
Bother.
A Stumblefoot. It is your turn.
I would like to cast Protection from Evil on Pooh.
Okay, tell me what Protection from Evil does.
It
Protect
says
me
this.
from evil.
It gives Pooh protection from aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, which is what I believe what this is, and
Right.
undead. So anytime that this thing tries to attack him, it has to do so at disadvantage.
Nice.
He also has advantage against being charmed, frightened, or possessed by the fiend in question.
All right, good to know.
So that should hopefully increase Pooh's survivability a little bit. And then as a bonus action, I will spend a key point to use Patient Defense, which gives the creature disadvantage to attack me.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay. I'm just checking something here real quick. Bear with me, everyone.
So Stumblefoot takes out his holy symbol and a little bit of holy water and sprinkles the holy water on Pooh, says some words, and Pooh is now protected from evil.
Gareth, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
Understood.
You hear coming from the north. That seems like a good idea. And so you hear some words in a language y'all don't understand, and all of a sudden a similar looking glimmer goes around Aileen. And Aileen, you now have the effects of protection from evil and good as well, as Orbog has cast that on you.
Oh, I just thought that some of it had rubbed off Pooh since I was so small.
You don't want Pooh rubbing off on you. That's just not a good scene.
Not really. Wet Pooh does not sound appealing.
I thought they were going to try to like take her away, like an alien abduction.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Oh,
Sorry.
Good fun.
All right. Any bonus actions or movements, Stumblefoot?
No. Well, bonus action was Patient Defense. I'm not going to move.
That's right. And Aileen, it's your turn. Back to the top of the order.
I am going to hit him with a crossbow.
An 11 will not hit,
What
unfortunately.
about an arrow from the cross, a bolt?
Well, I almost threw a hammer at him, but I figured that was not a franchise we wanted to mess with.
So that did not hit. Do you have any bonus actions?
No, I
Would
don't
you like
get
to
bonus
inspire
actions.
anybody? Yeah, you do. Inspiration's a bonus action.
Oh, well then I will inspire. I have enough inspiring things that I can do it for everybody.
Well, you can only do it once. You can't.
Oh.
You have to pick a person you're going to inspire, and then tell me how you're going to do it.
Who's next?
That's going to be Gareth.
Okay, I'm gonna inspire Gareth,
Ooh.
and he gets like the dice, right?
Yeah. What's your current dice that your inspiration is?
A D8.
Yep, you are correct, sir. You gave him a D8. What did you do to inspire him?
I pulled out an instrument and started playing.
Okay.
What instrument? An
Let's
accordion,
say,
the bagpipes.
A nose
let's say
flute.
it was the flute. We've
She
cleaned
played
it
the nose
since
flute.
it's been cleaned since then.
Yeah, it's forever the nose flute to me.
I don't know if you know this about accordions and bagpipes, but they don't inspire anyone.
Hey, bagpipes
mutually-
inspire me.
I've
They're mutually
inspired someone.
uninspirational.
All right, Gareth, you hear this jaunty little flute solo. She doesn't know it, but she played the solo from Aqualung,
Oh dear.
the little Jethro Tull.
Wow.
So you have inspiration. What school did you take? Did you take the school of what's your bardic school?
I don't remember. What did I do?
Killing smalls.
Whatever I did, it's the one that gave me the thieves' tools.
Okay. So you can use your bardic inspiration to roll a d8 in conjunction to your attack rolls. So I
believe he can use it for an attack roll or an ability check. He may not add it to damage.
Right. That only comes with the School of Valor, which I don't think that gives her the thieves' tools.
No.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right. Oh, while you look that up, Gareth, it is your turn.
Okay. I
normally don't give pointers as a DM, but I know that some people are new to this game. Steve, you do have spells that you can use to enhance your attacks, specifically smites.
Yep. But you said I was being grappled or something?
You are currently grappled, which means you can't run away or anything, but you can still swing your arms around.
So can I swing my axe around?
Yeah.
Swing the axe around.
Someone just got punched. That sounded
Love
like
to cause destruction. I will
turn him inside out.
Let's see. What is the thing that I do with stuff? Thunderous Smite.
Ooh, that's a favorite of mine.
Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
So the first time I hit with the melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, my weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you, and the attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Well, he's not a creature, but it will take that damage if you land the attack. So go ahead and roll the attack.
It's about to get loud up in here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just hit battle axe.
Yep. Oofa doofa. You rolled a double nat 1.
Nasty.
So we'll just call that one a miss. I won't fumble chart you on that because that's just unfortunate. Okay. I don't think I've pulled a fumble chart on you guys yet. So.
No.
But your first attack misses. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
24.
Awesome. So go ahead. That's definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll your standard battle axe damage first of all. I'm assuming are you going one-handed or two-handed on that?
Two-handed.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that battle axe damage.
12.
Okay.
Slashing.
So 12 slashing. Now roll the additional damage manually. So /R, however many D, whatever.
Well, I can just use the little thing, can't I? Let's see. I have to figure out. Let me see. What was? I'm sorry. I'm just taking too long. So it's 2d6, right?
If that's what the spell says.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
So you can just type in /R space 2d6, or you can do that too. So you did a total of 19 damage.
Yes.
So the three of you are almost deafened by this loud thunderclap as Gareth raises his axe and he says,
"Mind sworn to valor, heart knowing only virtue, blade defending the helpless, hand upholding the weak, mouth speaking only truth, wrath undoing the wicked."
And he lands this axe down on the pincher that is holding him, and you hear kapow! And unlike your friends who have landed several attacks, and it hasn't really landed, this one seems to have done more damage than you were expecting.
I like that.
Stumblefoot says, "Yeah, there it is. I've been waiting for that."
And as you land that, it being as he's not a creature, it does not knock him back. but when you landed that attack, it took off the pincer that was holding you.
Okay.
And you got knocked back 5 feet with the pincer.
All right.
So you are currently a little bit out of his range, and you have crippled his one arm.
Oh, now it's time. Now it's time for fun.
All right. Can I do anything else or no?
No. That was unless you want to move.
Yeah, I'll move just back to where I was.
Okay. All right. So the Glabrezu looks enraged at this point as you have removed part of a limb of his, and he's like, "Now you have summoned my wrath."
Oh, is he coming? Is that a friend of yours?
He looks at you and he says a word in abyssal that nobody understands as he's staring at Gareth. Gareth, you hear this word, and suddenly you just are shaken, and you're just sitting there staring at him, and you can't really move. You're just kind of off in the outer planets.
Got it.
All right, and now it's the Dretch's turns, as they are super slow. 2, 3, 4.
Well, they are trudging through a pond.
All right, so they moved. Pooh of the House of Sanders. You see the Glabrezu missing one of its pincers, and you watched the Glabrezu in turn look at Gareth, say something, and Gareth is standing there completely dumbfounded at the moment. After that specific word. It is your turn.
More than usual.
Uh-oh. Well, I've seen what I saw.
I'm going to come over here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to... I saw Gareth get a really good hit off him with his weapon. And saw that it was pretty effective. I don't know a lot of things, so I'm going to try to run over to Gareth. I come beside Gareth here. And I try to grab his weapon away from him, saying,
"Oh, Gareth, let me try this."
Can I take it away from him?
He is currently stunned.
Uh-huh.
So...
no problem.
I don't think you should have an issue with it.
Okay. So Gareth, you just have a great axe yourself, right?
It is a great axe, yes.
Yeah. So I just trade.
Some might even call it fantastic.
I just trade axes with you. So I kind of like, you're just standing there holding it, and I like pull yours out and put mine in.
Sounds good.
Let's give this a whirl.
And then I'll bonus action rage. I'll go ahead and do that this time.
Here comes the rage.
A fool, Gareth!
Does a 9 hit?
No.
Oh, this is...
You see a pincher. What happens is you see a pincher and you take a big old swing at it and you land that axe into that pincher and it buries itself deep down. And then you realize that's the pincher that had already been cleaved off of it.
Oh, oops. Let me try this again.
And then this time I just go. I just kind of try to stab forward with the axe, just like this sharp point at the top.
Yep.
Oh, that's better. Does a 28 hit?
28 will hit.
And 6, 7, 8, 12 damage.
All right. So as you stab forward, the point at the top of the axe does make a solid hit in there, but again, it's just not penetrating like you're expecting it to, and you just can't understand why. You saw Gareth use this axe that maybe it was the things he said at the beginning of it. You're not certain, but yeah, it didn't do the damage you were expecting it to.
Gareth, this axe isn't any better.
And I look at him for a response.
No response.
I figured. Okay, and that will be my turn.
All right, Stumblefoot, you're up.
I am going to reach a hand out, and I am going to I don't even think I have to do. Yeah, I do. I need to touch him. I'm going to reach a hand out and touch Gareth, and then I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration.
What does Lesser Restoration fix?
Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay, so you reach out and you do your Lesser Restoration spell, and it doesn't seem to have an effect.
Boo. Okay. Then I am going to draw out my hand axe, and as a bonus action, I am going to use. Oh, actually, let me make sure I can do that. I want to use Flurry of Blows, but I think I can only do it after I've attacked, which would be stinky if that is the case. Flurry of Blows. Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, yeah, I have to have attacked, which I did not. I cast a spell. Stink on a stick. Okay, well, then I guess I will.
You don't have two. You don't get 2 actions per round as a monk.
No.
Oh, that's right, because you're only level 3.
I'm only level 3. Because I multi-classed. That's right. So I will use a key point to take the dodge action, Patient Defense.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Very
Aileen,
underwhelming.
You are up.
Okay. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him.
Okay.
Yes.
Another favorite of mine. So tell me your joke.
A duck walked into a bar and said quack.
Wow. Okay. And what's the save that I have to roll?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. All right.
And looks like I need to finish typing that one out.
He rolled an 8 to save, which I'm assuming does not save.
That's a fail.
Yes. Wait.
All right.
Your spell DC has to be higher than 8 because it's going to be 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your charisma modifier.
On the back page on your spell page at the very top of the page.
Yes.
It'll have your spell casting modifier. It'll have your spell DC.
Oh, I see it. It's 13, so that doesn't save.
Yep. So the Glabrezu just stops and he thinks about it. He's like, "That was dumb." Then he starts thinking about how dumb it was, and he just starts laughing, and pretty soon he just doubles over and curls up on the floor, just laughing out loud, exceptionally hard, and is currently disabled.
Well, that had the intended effect.
Any movement or bonus actions?
I'm going to move over here
to
his, what is that, his right?
Mm-hmm. All right, Gareth, I need you. Actually, I have to roll a con. See, a Constitution. 12 plus 17. How do you do the roll for the concentration on that, Eric? It's
a wisdom save.
Right. Oh, okay. And what's the number I need to meet though? This one.
Concentration. It's the DC is equal to 10 or half of the damage that you take to maintain concentration.
Okay, so he's able to maintain concentration then, because he didn't take any damage for that. So yep.
You have to do it when you're incapacitated or killed.
He's incapacitated.
So he has to do it. So the DC is going to be 10.
I rolled it. It was a 15.
Okay.
That's why I was saying, because it was higher than 10. I wasn't saying
I misunderstood.
All right, so Gareth, I need you, because you are currently stunned from the power word stun spell that I used.
Okay.
You need to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is that different than just rolling on Constitution?
Yep.
What am I rolling on?
If you look at the top left corner of your character sheet, there's a box that says saving throws. And look at the third one down as Constitution. You'll add that number to your roll. Roll a d20.
Got it.
No, not quite. You are still stunned. Sorry, bro.
But with such a high charisma, I'm also stunning.
Ha
Perhaps you should have cast the spell with the jokes.
Okay, the Glabrezu is still laughing his horns off. I need to roll a wisdom save. Was it a wisdom save or was it
Charisma?
Charisma, that's right.
No, it is a wisdom.
It is wisdom?
It was a wisdom.
Then he rolled a 21, so he kind of shakes it off and he's like, "Oh, that was dumb."
It makes a save at the end of its turn, though.
That's what I was trying to see on there. I'm like, the spell card doesn't say it that she posted. But he is still on the ground prone at the moment. So now it is the Dretch's turn. Oh, one got into range. Okay. So going against, and they have disadvantage against protection from good and evil, right?
Yep.
Dang it, that was a nat 20. Wasted. And then a nat 1. So he misses you on that with the first bite attack he makes at you. Does a 14 hit you, Aileen?
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all need to buy some armor.
So he takes a good bite into you, and you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
All right, Pooh of the House of Sanders.
Oh, that's me.
You have advantage on your attack rolls.
Yes, I do. Guess he's prone.
Yes, he is prone.
Here we go. Let's try this again.
Does a 19?
Sure does.
19 hit. Yep.
No.
You ready for this amazing damage?
Sure.
7 damage.
Oh wow. Okay. Still not a magical attack though, right?
Say what?
Still wasn't a magical attack though, right?
No, it's not. I mean,
right.
I did it with as much magic as I could muster.
I cast Axe. So yeah, still not making the damage.
Oh, this isn't working quite right. Here we go. Gareth, do you have anything magic on you?
He just continues to stare off into space, dumbfounded.
Okay. Here we go.
Does a 19 hit again? It should, right?
A 19 does hit.
Okay. 10 damage.
You should die.
Mapu, that is the most violent I've heard you be.
I'm raging. Right. I have to be violent.
All right. So he's looking fairly wounded from this barrage of attacks that you guys have been throwing at him thus far, and but he's still pretty active, and he needs to roll. Oof. Okay. With that last hit that Gareth landed on the Glabrezu, Gareth all of a sudden, what?
I didn't land.
Oh, that Pooh did. I'm sorry.
What Pooh?
That Pooh had landed on the Glabrezu. Gareth, you all of a sudden come out of the stupor that you're in and realize you're in the middle of a fight.
Huh?
But the Glabrezu is on its back currently.
Does he also realize that he's holding Pooh's axe?
And you are holding a different axe, and Pooh is holding your axe.
Okay. Is it my turn to do something?
No, but he lost his concentration on the power word stun spell that he had on you, so
Got it.
the spell faded. Stumblefoot, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to attack with my hand axe, which is a magic weapon.
It is a magic weapon.
Oh, good. I finally rolled decently. 25 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Yay. And does 1d6. That's going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
So, Pooh, when you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on with this axe situation, you watch Stumblefoot pull out this hand axe and connect with it, and it does all the damage you would expect that hand axe to do.
Hey! Oh, where'd you get that?
I'm going to wink at Pooh, and then I'm going to burn a key point and cast Flurry of Blows and attack.
Flurry of Blows!
Flurry of Blows and attack 2 more times.
All right. Those are just with your fists, though, yeah? Or can you do that with your axe?
I can do it with my hand axe because it is a monk weapon.
Ooh, all right.
I rolled poorly. Rolled a 12 and a 15 to hit.
You have advantage on these because he's on the ground. You know that, right?
Oh, I do. All right, that's better. That's an 18 to hit and a 17 to hit.
Those will hit.
Yay! All right, so that is math. That is 6 plus 9. That is 15 more points of slashing damage.
Get wrecked. All right, so the Glabrezu is starting to look a little bit concerned with the wounds that are on him. He's starting to kind of bleed out this black ichor. And he's like, surely we can come to a compromise. All right, Aileen, it is your turn.
Surely we can.
Who's the Shirley we're talking about?
I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers one more time, but instead of on Big Baddie over here, I'm going to attack the one that bit my...
Pooh.
That hit the one that bit my arm.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
10.
10. All right.
I talk sweet to my dice. Decided to be good for me.
So this cloud of daggers flurries. Whoever's putting that axe up there, seriously. Oh, that's Josiah.
He's drawing daggers.
Nice.
There's now a cloud of daggers. There's the cloud of daggers surrounding the dredge.
Yeah, it proceeded to slice it up something good. It seemed to have more of an effect on the dredge than it did on the Glabrezu. Any movement or bonus actions?
I'm going to move right over here to where I can get to that other one a little easier.
Okay, you are moving out of the reach of the Glabrezu. He will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Unless you want to stay where you were or within reach.
I will stay within reach. What about there?
That is still within reach. That works. All right, Gareth, your newly awakened self. You, what would you like to do, homie?
I'm not going to waste time switching weapons. But what damage does this weapon do?
Same as the last one. The battle. That's the reason why Josiah was asking, is because the specs are the same between the two weapons.
Okay. I will take 2 attacks on the downed creature.
Okay, are you going to do a smite with that, or are you just going to take straight attacks?
How many smites do I get?
As many spell slots that you have for them.
Thunderous Smite, spell slots 4.
You should have marked 1 off for your last usage.
Yeah, I'll mark 2 off and do 1 for this turn.
All right.
Yes.
And
keep in mind you still have that inspiration from Aileen. So if you roll low, you can throw that inspiration die.
Okay.
You also get to attack with advantage, so you get to take the highest rolls. Yeah.
So I'll just roll battle axe.
Yep.
8.
Well, you have advantage, so you get the 15. Yep.
There we go.
But a 15 in and of itself won't hit. So if you'd like to use your extra D8 inspiration, you're welcome to.
And what do I do with that?
Just roll a D8 and add it to your 15. So yeah, that's a dirty 20. So that's definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage for your battle axe and then your thunder damage.
Or 13. And then I roll 2d6.
You rolled a 2d6 on top of that 13.
Good night.
So 21 altogether.
So again, when the thunder peels out and you land it right in the middle of his chest carapace, and it cleaves his sternum right open.
Ooh.
And he is left exposed and bleeding out. He is still alive, but just barely. He's like, no, surely it doesn't have to come to this.
Who is this Shirley he keeps talking about? And Gareth? Give me back my axe.
Gareth?
Yes?
You that was just your first hit.
Right.
So you have another swing.
10, or do I take a 25?
He's still on the ground, so you take that 25.
Okay.
You don't get your smite damage now, but
right.
But yeah, you get the damage for your battle axe swing.
And that will be anytime. Here it is, 10.
10. So you land this axe down into the same gash that you opened up his carapace with, and it lands with it. It just lodges itself within its blackened heart as black ichor gouts out from and just sprays out like you just struck oil somewhere in southern Texas.
Ew.
Do you have anything you want to say as you land the strike?
Yes, as I land the strike. Wrath undoing the wicked.
Hey, what he said.
And with that, and when that lands down and it gouts out, the Glabrazu just kicks its head back and lets out unholy roar. Just, and
I roar back at him.
And then it just falls limp underneath your axe. Tell me that wasn't a gratifying kill.
Oh, that was nice, yeah. I'm going to sleep nice tonight.
Man, 31 points of damage in a round. Paladins, dude. Holy cow.
Gareth, can I have my axe back?
Yeah, I hand him his axe back. Thank you for the loan.
And I hand you your axe.
I would imagine you would.
All right.
So there's still 2 out there, though, right?
Yep. The Glabrazu's out of the order. So now it is the Dretch's turn. And of course, they're dumb and slow, so they're just going to go for whatever's closest.
Goody.
Sorry, Aileen.
I did put myself in this situation.
Help is on the way.
All right, so the first one, they have disadvantage, so 14 plus. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
So it bites you for 3 points of piercing damage. Does an 8 hit you?
No.
So its claw makes a swing at you, but it misses.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, so the other Glabrazu turns around and raises its tail and sprays at you like a cat.
No!
Did this thing just fall on me?
No, it sprayed.
It stunk at you.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh.
Oh, no! Oh, that's a 6.
Okay, so
I think the fart may be too much.
So what this is called fetid cloud, and they can only do this once a day. You are poisoned until the start of your next turn. When poisoned this way, the target can either take an action or a bonus action on its turn, not both, and can't take reactions.
Hey, them abyssal farts are the worst.
Are there any other kind?
All right. Give me a second to set this cloud up.
The cloud of death?
Yep. The fetid
that is surrounding me?
It's a 10-foot. Was that a radius or just a 10? If that's 10 foot, then I think I might have gotten everybody with that. It is a 10-foot radius.
So everybody is suffering with me.
Not everybody. That's going to be just Stumblefoot.
All right. Well, I'm a dwarf, so I get advantage
on poison
against Constitution saves versus poison, and I'm also resistant to poison, so I'll only take half damage if it does damage. That'll be a 16 to save.
16 is going to save. So you see it coming, Stumblefoot. As soon as it turns around and lifts its tail, you just automatically suck in and hold your breath as this cloud surrounds you.
When it turns its tail at Aelin, I just say nope and hold my breath.
And Aileen, you are currently poisoned, so put that there. All right.
Aileen, I will save you from the fart.
Pooh, it is your turn.
I say what I said, and I'm just going to run. I'm going to jump over this dead guy's head, and as I'm running, I'm going to throw my hand axe at the guy in the cloud of daggers.
Okay. Oh, wait. Derp. Aileen, I need you to roll damage for your cloud of daggers. I forgot to do that because it started its turn in that cloud.
11.
Yeah, your cloud of daggers actually turned it into fleshy vermicelli.
Oh, past anyone? Past any pots?
So go ahead and restore the damage that one did to you.
Okay.
Which was just one piece of damage. I think it was 3, was it?
I thought it was 6.
Okay, we'll call it 6.
Okay.
That's what I get for not paying attention. No, because he can only do a total of 6 with the attack that he did.
I thought we were bidding.
All right, so Pooh,
the cloud... I run in and throw my axe at the one right behind Aileen.
The one that farted.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it right at whatever I see.
The gas bastard.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack.
Yep, I did. It is a lot. 28.
It is gonna hit.
So it will be 11 damage.
Yep, Aileen, you watch as this axe whizzes by your face and lands in the clavicle of this dretch that is next to you. And
how tall is this dretch?
What?
How tall is this dretch? For its clavicle to be near my face, it must be pretty short.
They aren't big.
Oh,
that is correct.
Well then.
Trying to find it here.
Sorry, continue describing. I just thought that sounded like it should be more in his stomach.
No, they're small. That's the reason why they only have a movement speed of 20. I'm trying to...
They're kind of like big dogs.
Or large moles.
Large moles, yeah.
Large moles.
Like a skunk.
I had a large mole. I got it removed, though.
Secret tunnel.
Moly.
Badger moles.
Badger, mushroom.
No, we don't need no stinking badgers.
Two of us are quoting the Avatar.
2 of us are laughing at UHF.
That's right.
Anyway, all right. So
I see you, Steve.
Do you have a second attack there?
Yes, I do. So I rush in. I jump over Aileen's head and bring my great axe down on top of this. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
If it's greater than 11, it hits.
It's much greater than 11.
Oh, yep. So it hits.
And it will do. Well, my damage isn't great, but
I hate to do this because I know I'm on Pooh's team, but he moved into the stank cloud. Does he need to make a saving throw?
Probably.
He does.
Yeah. But
make that Constitution save.
Thanks, Eric.
Sorry.
Can I do it after I do the math here?
You sure cannot, because this might affect things.
17, and that's without any.
You save.
Yeah. Bugbears are used to smell.
Yeah. That tracks.
He's like, it smells like incense.
It smells like home.
Mom, I smell your cooking.
It reminds me of Grandmama's biscuits.
Oh.
7 points of damage as I fly over Aileen's head with my axe.
That's awesome?
Because it's exactly how much damage this guy has left on him.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you plant that axe, and you just basically cleft his head in 2 pieces, and it peels like a banana.
Yep.
Ew.
I do it I kind of just jump on top of him, bring the axe down, and just roll past him into the edge of the water.
All right.
A split.
So you have 4 corpses lying around you, and Orbog pokes his head out. Is it okay if I come out now?
No, dear. We still haven't gotten rid of the stank.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he climbs back underneath the dead Dretch.
Stumblefoot is going to move out of the cloud and say, well,
After
the
a little
good
bit of
news
time, the
is
cloud dissipates. So
the good news is they are banished back to the abyss for 100 years, so we don't have to deal with that for a while.
that is correct.
Well, time flies when as we know.
And with that being said, I would like the 4 of you to make a perception check, please.
Ooh.
10.
5.
I rolled mine, but I'm trying to figure out where it is. Oh, 20.
Woo. All right, so Stumblefoot.
Perception, you say?
Yes, sir.
13, but I have a passive of 18 because I'm observant.
Okay. So Gareth and Stumblefoot.
Probably Pooh.
What did you roll?
5.
No. Gareth and Stumblefoot, the 2 of you notice that when the bodies of these demons vaporize, where the Glabrezu was at, a envelope drops to the ground.
There's an envelope on the ground where the Glabrezu was.
I have perceived that as well.
What is an envelope?
It's a piece of paper that you fold up and put a letter into if you're gonna send it in the mail.
So you put a piece of paper inside another piece of paper?
Correct.
That doesn't seem very effective.
That's what you do.
Why?
Usually it is to conceal what is written.
Aye, to conceal and protect the letter that you're sending through the mail, so it doesn't get beat up, while it's getting handed to other
Orbog
people.
says, are you guys just going to discuss it, or are you going to pick it up?
I'll pick it up.
You see, the word envelope can also be the word envelop, which means to wrap around.
Oh, well, what do you know about that?
I lift up the envelope and can I look at it? You want me to roll investigation or something, or just look at it?
You can just look at it. It's an envelope. It's sealed with wax.
Should I open it?
Can I take this time to heal myself, by the way?
Yeah.
Should I open it?
I look back at the others and wave it around.
Pooh, why don't you hand it... do you know how to read?
Of course I know how to read. I can read words like honey and a beer and don't loiter.
Right. Perhaps you should hand it off to someone who has maybe a wee more expanded vocabulary.
Orbog, I have a letter.
Oh dear.
Give it to somebody else. I don't feel like myself today.
You don't sound quite like yourself today.
I think I got the Rona.
Here, Aileen. Maybe
Yes,
you should
dear.
read this.
Alrighty then.
All right, so it's going to Aileen.
Can I not be poisoned anymore?
Your
Oh,
mind
yeah.
may be poisoned by the information on this thing.
So Aileen, I just dropped something in your journal. It should be labeled as mysterious note.
Oh, I do see that. It says, minions. I expect that you understand the importance of the role that you serve in your mission. The longer we are without the needle, the more exposed our weakness is, and none must be made aware of it. But I was made to understand that a party had infiltrated our tower and stumbled across the rift. If they have made it to know what it is, that sentence doesn't make sense. They may yet learn not only how to close it, but the nature of our true purpose here. I will not tolerate failure. Know by true meaning within my words. Damien. This fella does not sound nice.
It's the goat man.
He also doesn't sound like a very proficient writer. I mean, sentence structure, clearly not one of his top priorities, right?
It's because he's a goat.
Aileen, did you want to
he's in the
show
abyss.
Did you want to show the note to the rest of them, or just keep it to yourself and just read it to them?
No. I want to show it. I just don't know how.
You say,
How do I
"Come,
share
read
this?"
note.
I just showed it to everybody.
I believe the DM has the power to do that.
I did that. It should have
Let's
popped
see.
up for you guys.
I don't see nothing.
It is not in our journals.
I clicked show to players.
Where is it?
You have to add it to our journals.
How come there's so many buttons?
You think you got buttons, dude? Try being a DM. The DM buttons are ridiculous.
If I was the DM, it would be like everyone has 1d6. That's it. 1 to 3, you win. It's 4 to 6, you lose.
I would not be a good DM because I would want to push all the buttons all the time.
What does this button do?
All right, now everybody should be able to see it.
I see it.
A letter.
Is it signed with a hoof print again?
No.
That's the
Your first note wasn't signed with a hoof print. You saw hoof prints in the dust.
Oh yes, that's right.
Where do I look for it?
But it was signed, sealed, and delivered.
It looks like there's a code in this. Does anyone else notice that?
I don't know what I'm... Oh, wait a minute.
I serve none but Krek.
Who? What? What are you saying?
I see the envelope, but can I see the inside of it?
If
Oh, wait a
you-
minute.
If you scroll down, you can see it.
Got it.
Scroll
So,
down. I don't quite.
See how the letter I, the word I, is underlined?
Wait, how do you
and then-
spell that?
I. And then serve is underlined.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the word none is underlined.
Oh, and that's but. I know that word.
Yes, the word but is underlined. And then the first letter of the word no, which is a K, is underlined.
Wait, no is spelled with a K.
It can be. And then the last two letters of nature, which are R-E, are underlined.
You're missing 2 others.
Did I miss a couple? Oh, yeah.
The E
I
in
did.
yet and the R in learn.
Oh, I did overlook those.
It looks like Damien serves somebody named Kirk.
Carrick.
Carrick, yeah.
I like Kirk.
Where have we heard that name before?
Carrot?
Carrick.
Did somebody write it down?
I don't have any paper. Oh, wait, here's an envelope.
I write it down I try to write it down on an envelope.
So I serve none but Kerrick. Kerrek.
Do you find it interesting that it seems incredibly forced?
What do you mean forced?
Usually a code has some sort of way to decode it. This, it is just bolded and underlined words. It seems like anyone picking this up would be able to read the code. Almost as if they want us to think this, but it's not true.
I mean, in my time running the Defiance, we've done a wee bit of encoded message sending, and it's never this obvious, right?
No.
Maybe you should put the words backwards. His name's not actually Carrick. It's... Oh, wait a minute.
I believe Carrick is what we call a palindrome.
Palindrome?
Palindrome of Bolton is Nutlob.
Palindrome of Ipswich is Nutlob.
Stumblefoot, I would like you to make a religion check, please.
Okay.
Check your religion.
Ooh, this is not a great roll. Religion. I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Checking.
Never mind.
Religion.
Gareth, I also would like you to make a religion check, please.
Ooh, I'm a little bit more religious than you are. An 11.
One thing that does occur to you is that demons, a lot of them are really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a religion check and it was a 16.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, Pooh also knows that demons are kind of dumb, and if something was going to be encoded for them to understand, it would have to be pretty basic.
This looks like something that I would understand.
Sorry. DM, have I ever heard of Carrick? Do I know who that name is?
Go ahead and make another religion check or a history check, whichever you want.
Oh, they're both only a +1, so. Good night. I even rolled a different die. I rolled a 6.
Not you. You have no idea. This is the first time you've heard the name.
Dice are so cold tonight. This is sad.
Are you using the Jade dice?
No, those are only D6s.
Oh, sad day. So, yeah, that's what you guys got.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who this Carrick fellow is, but apparently Damien reports to him. Or her. Or them. Or they.
Well, fault me if I'm wrong, but this looks much too leading for a code.
Are you trying to suggest that somebody is framing Carrick?
It seems like they wanted us to find this and to, how you say, quote unquote, decode it. But for whatever purposes they have, and not for actually giving us the information that Damien serves this Carrick person.
Oh, well, if this was a note for a demon, the person we killed, I suppose they would like to have some sort of certainty that it's coming from the person that it's supposed to be coming from. And if these demons, some of them didn't seem to be very smart, aren't very smart like me, then perhaps it needs to be not very smart.
But even the way it is written is overly affected. I mean, I don't serve anyone except for Carrick, or I serve Carrick and no one else would make much more sense than I serve none but Carrick. And then you have to actually pick out the letters Carrick out of the other letters. It just seems as though it's overly constructed. In my time in my court, I've seen things like this, and it usually betrays a double mind.
Wouldn't that make you smarter and not dumber if you had two minds?
I agree with Gareth. It seems a way suspicious.
I have an idea. What do we know about this? We know that the door we found is probably important.
Right.
We know that the thing we're looking for, we should probably keep looking for.
Aye.
And we know that Damien, who has left us a letter before, is involved in this somehow. So those are good things to know.
Sure.
Indeed.
Something like this, typically, you want to keep the information. And if it becomes true, then you can perhaps use the information in that way. But to be extremely skeptical about it being true.
Well, let's keep it under our hats. True or not, it's a piece of information. It may be a red herring. I don't know. What I do know is there's a castle that we need to go search for a needle.
A castle in a needle in a...
I see what you're trying to do. It's not going to work. Let's go.
Okay. I'll put it under my hat.
I still have my hat light, right?
Yeah, you still have your hat of your hat of many faces.
Yep. I put the letter under my hat.
He's very literal, isn't he?
What else would I be?
You can call him Drax.
Right.
Oh no, my name is Pooh.
So what you guys doing?
We're going to the castle.
Yeah, Stumblefoot's going to shuffle off towards the castle.
Married.
I did the same. I did the same thing.
Castle of love.
I don't,
all right.
don't think I want to go to that castle.
All right, so you guys make your way into the remains of the castle. You don't need to move around on the map because that's not it.
But it's fun.
We're walking.
Make me take it away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Give players an inch, I tell you.
I'm learning this as a DM, Eric.
You give us an inch, we'll think we're the ruler.
So,
oh, I see what you did there.
all right, so you guys make your way into the castle, and it looks like there was a. It looks like as you make your way in there with Stumblefoot and Gareth, who have been here before. It's definitely not the same splendor as it was the last time you were here. It looks like there was a fire on the inside of this castle, and a lot of the walls are decrepit and breaking down. It's pretty burnt out, but the main structure of the castle is still standing.
Does this destruction look like it's months old or a year or more old? Because, Stumblefoot was here 2 years ago. So obviously this had to happen within the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead
the
and
map
roll.
is being vandalized.
Really?
Sorry, we'll behave ourselves.
Steve, you're the mature person of the group.
I know, and that's what I'm just trying to assert my authority here on the
Man, some people's kids, I tell you.
I feel like I'm playing with Ethan, Eric. I really do.
Well, there's no body parts being drawn on the map, so
This is
there's
true.
that, I guess.
All right, stop, or I'm going to take away sight from you guys.
I'm dead.
So you guys make your way into the castle. So what I need you to do, Stumblefoot, I need you to roll a... I guess that's going to be an investigation check if you're trying to figure out how long it's been like this.
Okay.
You're kind of CSIing it.
A decent roll for once. 23. What does a 23 tell me?
23 will tell you that this destruction looks like it probably occurred pretty shortly after your visit here.
Okay. I find it odd that this castle was destroyed and no one heard about it. I mean, this was a dwarven stronghold. What happened? Why was there no news of this? And this destruction looks like it's nearly 2 years old. I was here about 2 years ago, so this had to have happened shortly after I visited.
I don't know what to say.
I'm at a loss.
How? I mean, it's like completely unlivable. Like, animals don't even take refuge here or anything, or bird's nest?
It looks, the door was closed. Like the main structure of the building is still intact.
Okay.
So the door was closed. So, you could probably find some insects that are scuttling around in places, or like mice or general pests that you would find inside a abandoned building. But nothing really, but no, there's not like animals inside the building at this point. And with your investigation check that you did, Stumblefoot, you can tell that this was a product. This wasn't an accidental fire. This was like someone raided the castle.
Sure. So the doors, did they look like on the outside? Did they look kind of normal, maybe a little smoky, and then they're like super charred on the inside, that type of deal?
Exactly. And in fact, again, with your investigation roll, you notice around the handles of the double doors that are the opening of the castle, you notice that the handles are slightly bent and scuffed up pretty bad.
Like maybe the doors were chained closed or something like that to trap people inside?
That would be a reasonable assumption.
Oh, some nasty business happened here.
What can you tell?
Well, look at the handles. They're all scuffed up and bent, like maybe these doors were chained closed to keep people from escaping. The fire was set from the inside of the building. It wasn't a set from the outside.
How many exits does this building have?
How many exits does this building have?
On the ground floor, just the one.
How many exits does it have not on the ground floor?
Well, I mean, it has windows.
That was very poor planning on the parts of the building people.
Well, I don't think it's up to code.
This castle was built more as a stronghold than it was with the intention on exit and egress.
Aye, it's easier to defend one way in and one way out.
This building's not up to code, and that note was not up to code.
Oh, the note was just a really bad code. Whether or not that was intentional, I guess, remains to be seen.
So, does anyone see a needle around here?
Well, here's for looking. Something like that, I imagine, probably would have been kept in some sort of vault or...
Oh, check the fireplace. Is there a fireplace?
The fire.
Voodoo, why do you think it would be in the fireplace?
Oh, last time I was in a building, and there was a secret staircase underneath the fireplace.
Right. What do I know about the layout of this building since I was here once before?
You know that upstairs there's a throne room.
Okay.
Based off of what you're seeing, you're like in a grand foyer area, the entranceway. Really, you only came in and were escorted to the throne room.
Okay.
Which was where the mouthpiece of the Shining Lady would sit and espouse the will of the Shining Lady.
Do we think that a building like
House
this might
photo.
have a lower level or a dungeon or something like that?
It would be a reasonable assumption, but you've not been there.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen too much of this building, just this room. I know there's some stairs that'll take us upstairs to where the throne room was, and that's really all I've seen of this place. So I don't know where something like, a needle that can sew up the fabric of a planar existence might be kept in a place like this.
Well, the throne room might not be a bad place to look.
We could start there. I'll lead everybody to the throne room. The stairs, were the stairs wood or were they stone?
They were stone.
Right, well, the staircase was stone, so it should be relatively safe.
Is it dark in here, or?
It's still daylight outside, so, just the ambient light is coming in, so it's dim, but it's not like you're walking around with the lights off.
Okay.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
So
What a
are you,
mess.
Yeah, we're going to the throne room.
you're going up to the throne room. All right, so Stumblefoot leads you up the staircase and through a set of rather large double doors. And as you make your way into the throne room of the orator of the Shining Lady, as was her title, you see. It looks like everybody who was in the building had kind of tried to barricade themselves in this room, just to be within the so basically so everybody who could die together around their icon of their faith.
So this is a grisly scene.
Yeah.
Are we seeing bodies?
You're seeing a lot of crispy bodies. You're seeing Uncle Owen and Aunt.
Get out of my head, you freak! Right.
There happened to be any Kool-Aid around?
That's dark.
Savage.
Wow.
Actually, I believe Gareth has some.
That hurt.
I actually do. You're right. Oh yeah.
Well, this is going to be a cheerful task, I can tell. I guess Stumblefoot's going to start looking around the room for the needle.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess we'll.
Me too.
Are there other things besides dead bodies in the room?
Make an investigation check.
Stumblefoot is actively looking, so I rolled as well.
I rolled
a
2.
0.
Right.
How does that even happen?
You don't want to
That's
desecrate
a
any.
-1 on investigation.
Yeah,
I rolled a modified 20.
I rolled a natural 20.
And I got a 14.
All right.
I'm
so
actually investigating something that's not here.
Steve, you're just taken back at the scene. Just the senseless loss of life. You're just shocked.
Also, you're not one to desecrate tombs, so.
This is also true.
Senseless loss of life. Shocked.
Pooh and Stumblefoot, as you are milling around amongst the bodies, you notice that one of them had a big old gash in its arm, and where its hand lies is at the end of a hand-scrawled message written in its own blood, which has since cooked into the stonework of the floor. And it says the following. I will whisper it to you guys over roll 20 here. Give me a second.
Oh, look at that. Stumblefoot, do you see this?
Says Oni was the traitor.
Oni? Who? Oni?
Who's Oni?
Oni.
Stumblefoot, you recognize that name because it was somebody who was a part of the pilgrimage that you met Gareth on.
Oni. I know that person.
Am I hearing this conversation, or?
We're not being secretive about it.
I'm gonna call Gareth over, and Oni was one of the folks that traveled with us here.
Yes, I remember Oni.
I thought it was you and me and Gareth.
No, I'm referring to my trip here 2 years ago. That when I met Gareth.
Yes. On my trip up to Waterdeep. Waterdeep.
Okay.
I wasn't with you then.
What do I remember, or what do we remember about Oni?
Steve, I'm going to have to tap you a little bit for this here. Did you have anything specific for that character, or am I given free creative license?
You're giving free creative license to all this stuff that I sent you. If you can use it. If you really want, like, my perception of who that character was, that's fine. But
Yep. Go ahead and give it to me. I want your flavor on this.
Oni, human, probably slightly low on the intelligence, but probably slightly high on constitution and strength. But pretty like maybe a 1 or 2 on charisma. His intelligence didn't make him unpopular.
So there you have it. That's kind of what you know about him. Kind of a might equals right sort of type.
Sort of, yeah. He did a lot of the grunt work.
Well, I do not know if we can identify any of these people. They're pretty badly burned.
What did the thing say?
It says Oni was the traitor. It's written here on the floor in blood.
Okay, I see it now. Did Oni leave the group when we left them?
Oni didn't come with us.
This happened.
This had to have happened after we left.
He must have stayed here.
Those of us that converted, we left shortly after you did. We studied the book you left with us. Right. We were here for maybe another week or 2, and then we decided to leave, and so we left. This had to have happened after that.
Okay.
Oni did not come with us.
All right, now I understand.
So, I haven't. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Pooh.
No, it says he was the traitor. So perhaps they were looking for a traitor before all of this happened.
I don't know.
Instead of a traitor, all right? Like.
Well,
it sounds like.
Seems like maybe something transpired after we left. There may have been a disagreement, or Oni betrayed all of the followers of the Shining Lady.
Without a deeper context, I don't think we can tell just by this note what happened.
Right. Well.
Where did the Shining Lady shine?
Here in this room. There's a throne over there, and her oracle sat over there.
I'm gonna go over to that area to see if I can find the shiny lady.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just tiptoe through some of these corpses as delicately as a bugbear can.
See any lady that's shining?
And see if there's anything like specifically like that would set apart someone from the rest of these corpses.
There is a woman that is seated on the throne, which was the oracle that Stumblefoot
had
talked about. I would like you to make a con save, please.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty high constitution.
These are the pros and cons.
Wait, what is this constitution thing? There we go. Yeah, that would be a 24.
All right. You felt slightly sickened for a brief moment, but it passed. But what really triggered that feeling was this looks very familiar to you, this whole scene.
I was going to say.
This reminds me of something. Gareth, you would know. Remember when we were at Mary's place?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes, kind of like that, except less jelly-y.
Mary,
Who is this Mary?
Aye, who's Mary?
Oh, she's the lady who's in a mirror now. Sometimes in a barrel of beer.
Our first sojourn together, we encountered a court somewhat like this, and when we returned with the item that we were charged to get, there had been a massacre before we had got there. So this is oddly reminiscent of that.
Pooh, my friend, I'm very much looking forward to the day when you say something that makes sense.
Well,
it made sense to me.
See, Gareth knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
When I say mirror, I see there was this box, and we opened the box, and then I believe it had a soul in it. And it escaped into a bunch of mirrors, which we tried to break.
The box escaped or the soul escaped?
Oh, the soul escaped. The box.
Right, okay. Gotcha.
And every now and then, we've seen something watching us in reflective objects.
So this Mary person's soul is following y'all around? Is that what you're saying?
We don't know if it's following us, but every once in a while we do catch a glimpse of it.
Oh, that's a wee unsettling, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, we probably should have told you that before you decided to follow us around.
Well, it just never came up.
Right. So, that being said, this scene in this room kind of reminds you of when you went back to talk to this Mary to maybe, I'm assuming, give her soul back?
Yes, but to tell her that we accidentally lost it.
Oh, I'm guessing that conversation didn't go over too well.
Oh, no, she was dead.
That doesn't sound like much of a conversation at all.
It really wasn't.
And the room was filled up with burned dead people?
No, jellied people.
Even worse. Okay.
Yes, it was bad.
I think I'm done in this room. Let's look somewhere else.
I'm with you, friend.
But can I look at the oracle a little closer?
Okay. Are you looking for something specific?
Well, first I want to see if she's shiny. And second, I want to see if she's like holding anything, or if she's got anything like that she's holding close to her, I guess, like protecting or something that might seem powerful or something, seeing that she was some sort of important lady sitting on a throne.
Okay, make an investigation check, please.
I sure will. That's a 9.
You just kind of give her the once over, and as you're kind of shuffling through her pockets and whatnot, Gareth and Stumblefoot, by the way, you notice that Pooh's kind of rummaging around through the corpse of the Oracle. And you catch a glint of something golden that's dangling off of a necklace that she's wearing.
Oh,
What's
shiny.
that? What's that hanging around her neck there, Pooh?
What? Oh, this?
And I try to take it off. I think I would.
How are you going to take it off?
Yeah. I'm trying to decide what I would do.
Give me the leeway. Come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna yank it off.
Okay. As Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I would do. So that's
as you yank this golden necklace, it seems to slice through the cooked corpse's neck tissue, and the head rolls forward. This is the second corpse you have now desiccated. But it is a arrow-shaped key.
Ooh.
And it says, follow the arrows to the needle.
It says, follow the needles to the arrow, I believe.
Why don't you let me look at that, Pooh?
Yeah, I hand it to you.
It says, follow the arrows to the needle, not the needles to the arrows.
All right, that's just precisely what I said.
Indeed.
Are there any arrows or markings of arrows along the walls or the ceiling or anything in this room?
I bet there's 100 of them. He said it was a puzzle about 100 arrows.
And I do punish metagamers. I'm just throwing that out there. So,
are there any other doors in and out of this room other than the ones we came through?
Make an investigation check.
23 again.
You notice a slight breeze coming from the direction of the throne.
Okay, I will inspect the area around the throne.
The throne is not attached to the wall.
Okay.
And as you look on the ground, there are scuff marks, like the throne has been moved before.
Okay, which way do the scuff marks go? Toward the wall or away from the wall or?
Left and right.
Okay. I will move to the right-hand side of the throne, and I'm going to look at Pooh and Gareth and say, I think the throne moves. Let's try and push it and ask for their help pushing it.
I help him.
I also help.
I will try to help.
Okay. Who has the highest strength score amongst the four of you?
I believe Pooh does.
That would make sense.
I believe I do too.
I think Pooh outstrumps me. I'm about speed.
I'm 19 as well, so we're.
Oh well.
Pooh, I would like you to make a strength check with advantage, please.
I can do that. I do have strength check. I don't get a very good grip on it. 11.
All right, so you guys push, all four of you pushing. You have more than enough strength to move this throne, but everybody pushed all at once and not really in a unified motion. And you guys push the throne over.
It lands on Aileen, doesn't it?
No, it lands on another pile of corpses and kind of smashes them into ash, and the headless corpse of the Oracle falls out of the throne and sprawls across the floor.
That didn't go as planned.
It's getting all messy.
But you guys do find a door that was hidden behind the throne.
What a silly place to put a door.
Right. Well, it's a hidden door. They don't want everyone to go through this door, so they hid it.
Oh, that's very clever.
Shall we go through?
I think perhaps we shall.
Can everyone see well in the dark?
I cannot.
Well, perhaps I can help you with that, Gareth. Does Gareth wear a helm at all?
No, he has a head. So
I have a hat if he needs to borrow it.
Gareth, I can cast a spell called Light, but I have to cast it.
With it. He's had it cast on his belly button before.
Oh, I just need something to cast it onto.
I have a shield, right?
Oh, that's good. All right. I'll reach out and touch Gareth's shield and cast Light on it.
All right.
Is there any symbology on your shield?
Probably Probably a cross. Let me see if it's not shown, but most likely there's a cross on it.
You can just say what it is.
What?
You can just say whatever's on there. It's just
that's fine.
Okay, it's a cross.
Okay, then I will touch the cross right about where someone's head would be and cast light, so the light emanates from there.
All right.
You now have a large flashlight.
Handy.
If you need to, you can throw something over that to cover it up, and it'll essentially shut it off.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
All right. So you guys see the door, and you have a flashlight.
Is anyone
Good.
checking for traps and such?
Traps? Why check for traps when you have a poo?
Because we like to keep the poo.
Yeah.
You do like to keep the poo. That just sounded funny.
Are there any markings on the walls in here? Any arrows or anything like that? And when we open this door into this hallway here?
You don't see any markings.
Okay.
So can I be the first in line?
You're gonna open the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
All right. You push on the door and it's locked.
Oh,
I try to open it and like thinking that it's just gonna open right up, and I just kind of walk into it.
All right.
Perhaps I can help you with that. I happen to be good at opening doors that are otherwise, not openable.
If only you had a key.
I had a thought, yes. A thought just occurred to me.
We did just find something that appears to be a key.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Are you a mind reader too?
No, I just think about problems and how I can solve them.
Oh, well, I have a lot of problems. Maybe we can talk after this.
Are you a math book?
I don't have a good response.
For once.
I was feeling a little outdone on the dad jokes. I had to throw one in.
Gotcha.
All right. It sounds like is Pooh going to try that arrow key that we found?
Yeah.
Eileen, why don't you come unlock the door here?
All righty. Sorry, wrong voice.
Can you reach the lock?
Well, Mr. DM, can I reach the lock?
Yeah, I mean, you're small, but you're not like a Smurf.
Well, I've seen doors that I personally, in my not alien self, cannot reach. And I'm not terribly short, so I just wanted to ensure that I could, in fact, unlock the door.
Yeah. So you reach up with the key and you turn the key and you hear a click.
Well, that didn't sound ominous at all.
It sounded like a door unlocking.
Hey, sounds like, that's what I'm going to say.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Detect Magic?
Yes.
Okay. What's the range on that?
30 feet.
Okay. There is something rather large about 5 feet behind the door that lights up.
Thank you for unlocking the door, Eileen.
And I start. I go as if to open the door.
Pooh dear, hang on, darling, please. So I feel like there's something behind there that is very powerful. Are we sure we are ready for this?
What exactly could it be that you're sensing?
It is something that is very magically powerful.
Detect Magic lights up in different colors, right? Depending on what it is.
Yes, I should be able to tell what kind of magic.
Yeah, it'll tell you what kind of magic it is.
All right, let me look up the school.
Unless the door is 1 foot
lead
of stone or lead. Me and Superman.
That guy.
It's evocation.
What does that mean?
That's the school of magic that's lighting up.
It seems to be some evocation magic.
Do I know what kind of magic evocation magic is, DM?
Make a Arcana check.
Well, I'm really good at those. 16.
You do know what evocation is.
Okay. If I remember correctly, evocation magic is used to typically create powerful elemental effects such as bitter cold, searing flame, rolling thunder, crackling lightning, or burning acid.
Weather magic.
Yeah. So maybe there's some kind of trap that is going to fire nasty things at us if we open the door.
So perhaps we should duck.
Could we open the door and step back and let the trap expend itself?
Does the door open in to the hallway or out towards us?
It opens away from you.
Okay,
Right.
So we would have to push the door in.
I got this. I have really long arms.
Does anyone have like a long pole or a stick or something?
I have really long arms.
Right, but that's still you, and you can get hurt, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
I can
We have
use
our
my javelin
axes.
or my axe.
The javelins might be a good idea.
So I take out my javelin, and I use it to push open the door with my really long arms.
You do have reach.
Yep.
So you push this door open,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing happens.
Is it still there, Aileen?
Is it still there, DM?
The magic?
Yeah, the spell lasts up to 10 minutes, so I would still be able to see.
The magic's still there.
Whereabouts is it?
That way. And I point inside the door.
I gingerly step through with the stick in front of me with my
All
javelin.
right. And this is the room that you see.
Oh, lordy.
Why do I feel
That's-
like I'm fighting a Zelda boss?
Right. So, for all the listeners, there's a room in front of us, and there's probably like 40 arrows all pointing in different directions.
Or 100 arrows.
Or
There's
maybe it's 100.
There's 100 arrows. You have found the test of 100 arrows.
Yep. 10 by 10.
I spent some time setting this one up this afternoon.
There's
Are there
arrows.
doors? Are there doors in the other end of the room?
There is a door at the other end of the room.
Is it 4 blocks over from the very top?
Or
Is
is
it
it
this
this
here?
one?
Is the door there?
Door's not actually on the map. There's another walkway on the other side. It's centered on the walkway. I didn't draw the walkway on the top just because.
Yeah. So these are all etched on the floor. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a room with these arrows etched onto the floor. Is that okay? And it's stone that they're in, or
White marble.
white marble. Okay, we're in a white marble room with arrows etched
Are
all
there-
over the floor.
Are there any mechanisms or levers or buttons or anything near us?
Nope.
So, there's a bunch of arrows on the floor. Aileen, perhaps this is what the key was talking about that whole time.
That is quite possible.
Follow the needles to find the arrows. And we found the arrows.
We did indeed.
So, where's the needle?
I believe that the arrows, there's a path that we have to follow to get through this room, and that will probably take us to the needle.
Oh. Wow. So, which way do we go?
That is a great question.
Orbog, it looks like you're here. How do...
So these blocks on either side, the ones that are on the either side of us, are those? Can we not access those squares?
The gray granite
This stuff
that you're talking about?
That stuff and this stuff?
No, that's just a walkway you're on.
Okay, so we can step anywhere on any of these 10 entry blocks here.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, here goes nothing. I mean, I'm going to stand over here by myself, and I'm going to tell everyone, maybe move away from me. I'm going to step out here on this arrow in front of me to see what happens.
You got this.
I'm really quick. And I'm going to step right there.
He stepped on an arrow facing
So I
up.
moved all the way to the far left side of the room, and I stepped out onto an arrow that's pointing north, I guess.
Yeah.
You hear a click.
Okay. Nothing blows up or shocks me or kills me.
Not yet.
Great. Then I'm going to move up one north, one more square.
You hear another click.
Okay. Then I'm going to move north one more square.
Another click.
I'm going to move to the east one square.
Click.
And then I'm going to move to the north one square.
Click.
And then I'm going to move to the west one square.
Click.
And then north one square.
Click.
And then north one square.
Click.
And then east one square.
Click.
And then north one square.
Click.
Uh-oh, I have a problem. And
Doesn't
then
work how I thought it did.
I'm going to move to the west one square.
Click.
Okay, and then I'm going to try... Is there a wall to my left here?
Sure is.
All right, I'm going to try and walk into the wall.
You push into a wall.
Cool. All right, I'm stuck.
All right, let me try.
I just walked straight out in front of me into an arrow that's facing south.
He goes north onto an arrow that's facing south.
Yeah.
Exactly. You hear a click.
Oh, well, that didn't seem so bad.
I tell Aelin to stand behind me.
I walk straight forward onto north onto an arrow facing west, I guess.
Okay. As soon as you step off that, a orange bead flies through the air from the ceiling down to where you're at, and everybody who is within 20 feet of Pooh needs to make a dex check, please.
I get advantage on that because I have danger sense.
A dex
26.
save, rather.
And that's a 3 for me. But I was on my guard. Could I take the 20 instead?
Sorry, it's just the way the spell goes.
There's no guard against fireball.
18 for me.
Oh yeah, so that's all three of you. Oh yeah, Orbog's gonna eat this, I'm sure. But I'll roll for him just because that's what I should do.
How far can people typically jump?
Oh, it's just a dex save at this point. There's no jumping out of its way.
No, I mean, like if I wanted to jump to a different one than the one in front of me.
Oh.
Mm.
Eric, do you have an answer for that?
I mean, these are just 5-foot blocks, right? I mean, I could pretty much step over a 5-foot block.
So it depends on whether or not you're running. And I don't remember exactly how it works to look it up.
All right, so everybody who rolled underneath a 15 is taking 31 points of fire damage.
Under 15, you said?
Under 15.
Yep.
Over 15, you're taking half that, so you'll be taking 15 points of fire damage.
Ooh, toasty.
Yes. Let's not do that again.
All right, so if you want to make a long jump.
And Pooh, you are magically lifted back to the starting point.
Hey guys.
Magic.
So, I wouldn't recommend going straight that way.
If you want to make a long jump, you can make a long jump when you cover a number of feet up. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
So what
when
if
you
I'm
make
doing
a standing long, that's the next sentence. When you make a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance.
So half my strength.
Yeah, so if your strength is
4, let's say.
Well, it's your strength score, not your strength modifier.
So I could jump one whole
19.
square.
Well, you said your strength is 19?
Yeah, so I could jump 9
so you
and a
could
half.
jump, 9.5 feet, and each square is 5 feet. So you could jump 1.5 squares. So you could technically make it over one square onto a second square.
Right, okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do that right now.
How far can we throw
great.
Aileen? That's what I want to know.
I do have acrobatics.
I'm pretty certain that you can't throw her 100 feet.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Not me survive.
And you said there's no visible door?
There's a door. It's just centered on the other side. It's not in front of any specific square.
Is it in front of more than one square?
It's probably sitting somewhere like right here. I can't double click off of the.
It's like here.
Yeah, except there's a walkway like the one you're standing on the other side of the arrows.
Oh, so we just need to get to the other walkway.
Right.
Right. Okay. Well, knowing that I'm probably going to take some pain because I went the wrong way, I'm going to step north one square.
Yep. You see another bead of light fly.
Okay.
Make a dex save, please.
Sure. 18.
All right, you're taking half damage on this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to take 16 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And you are magically lifted back to the starting point.
All right. I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
How long does it take for this orange bead to fall and to do the damage?
Oh, it's almost instantaneous. It's super quick. It takes less than 6 seconds.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. There's a path here.
Indeed. We agree with that.
And I'm thinking that the first step, I think I almost have it figured out.
I designed this specifically with you in mind, Eric, because I knew you would eat this up.
This reminds me of a certain room that I put you through one time.
Oh, you mean like colors?
Colored squares.
Yeah, that was my inspiration.
I'm glad to know I'm your inspiration.
You're the inspiration.
We were all thinking it.
I think I have it.
I keep thinking it's like Pokemon and it's just going to keep rolling me to the next one.
No, I think I have it. Let me just make sure.
The trick is finding the first square. Once you find the first square, it all just kind of falls into place.
Right, I think I have it.
I think I found it too, but I didn't remember where I started.
I was trying to go from what I'm pretty sure is the end. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I got about 2/3 of the way there, and then I keep losing track of where I was going.
Okay. And then you go like this. Whoops. Wait. No, like this. And then wait a second. I had it. Oh shoot.
Yeah, no,
over one more.
You were right.
Yeah.
Do you want me to clear the visual noise from?
Yep.
Please.
Yeah, clear it.
Because I can't figure out how to erase.
We can only erase our own.
I can't figure out how to erase my own.
All right, so
There we go.
Yeah, that's right. And then go to the next one.
Yeah,
you
this
go.
one.
Yep.
Then up.
This is going to sound fantastic to listeners.
Sorry, listeners, but I have to entertain the people who are playing too.
Yeah.
So the code is up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
Ooh. I know that one.
So it's north, west, west, north, west, south, west, west, north, 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 west, east, 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 south, east, east, north, east, north, north, west, west, south, west, north, north, west, west, north, west, north, north, and then we're there.
Yes.
That sounds good to me.
Hey, that looks like the right way through the path.
But I didn't figure it out.
Who looks like they took the worst out of that that fireball from Pooh?
I did. I took the worst.
Oh, yeah, Orbog's not sitting too pretty either.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk over to, before we get started, I'm going to walk over to Gareth, and Stumblefoot is going to put a hand on him and cast Cure Wounds at level 2, which will give Gareth... Ooh, I rolled well. You're going to get 11 plus, I think, a little extra. Okay, so you're going to get a bonus 4, so 7. You get 18 hit points back.
Ooh, nice. 18.
And that is my last level 2 spell slot for the day, so
And by the way, congratulations, you have solved my arrow puzzle.
Woohoo!
We did
Your
good.
puzzle of 100 arrows.
That was great.
And we did it in less than 100 arrows. We should get a bonus.
I have spent the last 2 weeks sitting on this puzzle because I'm like, I had the concept down. It was inspired by a mess that Eric put me and some other people through in a different game. With a little bit of another issue I had with a puzzle that was in Uncharted 3.
All right, well, I think one at a time we're going to follow the path that we have decided is the correct path across this room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys don't have to actually do it on the map. You guys make it to the other side of the room, and there's a door there.
I say we call it a night.
We don't got much further. I mean, if you need to go, we can shut it off. But
No, we can go.
Okay.
All right. There's a door over here.
I have a wee more healing juice left in me. Do we want to heal up anyone else before we head through the door, or are we just gonna crash on through?
I might could use a little bit of healing.
Okay, I will give
Dang it.
Aelin a level 1 Cure Wounds, which is, I rolled okay on that one.
We still have Cure Wounds potions.
You will get 9 hit points from me.
Well, thank you.
Aye.
And we still have potions, 2 healing potions and a greater healing potion if you need it.
so
Not quite that dead yet.
Well, let me know.
I will.
So you guys are standing before a door.
Is the door locked?
You reach out to try to push on it, and sure enough, it is locked.
Maybe you should hit it with that key again.
Has it been 10 minutes? Has it been 10 minutes since we came into the room?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Eileen, do you want to see if the key works on this door?
Oh, I forgot I was the one who had the key. Yes, let's try that.
You put the key in the door and you turn it and you hear click.
Oh, no! Oh, good. Oh, good.
I think that's an okay. That's a happy click. That's not a you're about to get burned with fire click.
I do hope so. Does this door open in as well?
Sure does.
Pooh dear, why don't you open the door with those long arms of yours?
Alrighty.
I open the door.
And an orange beat. No, I'm kidding. No. Now you open the door and you see a giant loom with 3 old ladies sitting at it, working it. In fact, old ladies is an understatement. These women, first of all, they don't have eyes. And I'm not saying like their eyes have been removed. It's like they have indentations where their eyes should be at, but it's just covered in skin.
Yes.
And
why are these here?
And they are, and to say that they're old is an understatement. The word timeless comes to mind when you see these old women as they are working this loom.
Oh, it's just a bunch of old ladies.
I suggest we do this carefully.
I agree.
We should tread carefully here.
Hello.
Pooh.
As you say hello to them, they all turn their heads and, for a lack of better terms, look directly at you as they continue to work the loom.
Gareth, they don't have any eyes.
I know.
Methinks that perhaps they can still see after a fashion.
And as you look at them, you realize they don't have any mouths either. It's just skin covering where the mouth should be.
Gareth, they don't have any mouths either.
I see. We should proceed with the utmost caution.
All right. I'll let you guys do it because perhaps I'm not the most cautious person around.
That would be an understatement, darling.
So I will stand right here and be very quiet.
Aileen, do you feel confident in conveying our plight to these ladies?
I will do my best. So I'm going to walk over to them. Your most loveliness of ladies. Sisters, I would imagine, seeing as how you all favor each other.
Their heads snap towards your direction, Aileen, and then they cock their head to the side like a confused dog, like they're trying to understand who you are.
Oh, goody. If these are the characters I think they are, I've had nightmares about these guys.
Sisters.
Ladies, we are in need of a tool that we believe that you have in order to put things to right and keep the planes as they are supposed to be.
They, in a motion so fast you don't see it. It's just they're looking at you. Then all of a sudden, their faces are facing towards Pooh, and all 3 of them point their finger out at Pooh.
I was just standing here.
And in your head, Aileen, you just hear a.
Are you saying that he may take the tool that we need?
They don't talk. They just continue to point at Pooh.
And hiss.
Pooh, perhaps you should step up and talk with the ladies.
What should I say to them?
Just tell them that we're looking for the needle in order to fix a great wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got this. Hello, your great ladyships. We are looking for a tool, a needle, to fix a great wrong. You see, there. It was unfortunate, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I ran out of time to do it. Perhaps with your help, I can fix what I should not have broken in the first place.
They look at you, and again, they cock their heads to the side. And without saying anything, in your head, you hear this. You hear, "A wrong to be corrected. A fate has been cast. A punishment due. This too must pass." And then an ethereal wind blows through the room as they blow away in dust. And as they're blowing away, all three of them hold up a giant thread. And one of them pulls up a pair of shears and cuts the thread while they're staring at you. And then they proceed to vaporize into nothing. Ruh-roh!
And Orbog dies.
Oh, wow. Everybody roll up new characters for next week.
Pooh, dear.
Yes.
And Pooh was the only one who heard that, by the way.
Did they say anything to you?
Yes. It rhymed. I think.
They would want to talk to him. Well, dear, what did they say?
They said that a wrong happened and that it would be righted, but that there was something, a punishment that must still happen, and that it would pass.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Did we see them pull the thread and cut it?
Yes, but you saw they were staring at Pooh when they did it.
Right. Okay. I've got a bad feeling about this.
But perhaps they fixed things? Do you think?
Is anything left in this room?
The loom is still there.
Is there a needle?
Feel free to make an inspection.
I will look for the needle.
I am looking as well.
That an investigation check?
I wrote down what they said in case anybody wanted to actually write that down.
I rolled a 21 as an investigation check.
Yeah, you find a large needle that's about 3 feet long.
That's a large needle.
That wasn't blatantly obvious.
No, because it was interwoven within the fabric that they were working.
And we're trying to keep dust out of our mouths.
And as you look at the fabric and reach towards it to pull the needle out, I didn't
say I was going to try to pull it out. I just was looking for it.
Okay, well, as you look at the fabric, I need to take a look at a character sheet because you guys don't have... This isn't Call of Cthulhu. You don't have a sanity roll.
More's the pity.
We can make a wisdom save.
Yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do. Make a wisdom save, please.
Everybody?
Nope, just Stumblefoot, who's looking at the fabric.
Oh, I rolled a 12.
Okay. You take 5 points of psychic damage.
Ouch.
Oh, my ache and psyche.
Oops. That's not going to be what I want. Okay. I found the needle. Should we pull it out of the fabric of reality?
Yeah, you basically gazed into infinity.
I'm not entirely sure that we should pull it out.
Well,
but we need it, right?
We do.
Don't we need it to
save
stitch
reality?
up to stitch up the planar gate to the abyss?
Well, yes, but how are we supposed to get it out of that fabric without ruining that fabric? Because I do not want to ruin the handiwork of these 3 grandmas. Do you?
No. That seems like an altogether terrible idea.
I take my axe.
I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm not. So it's just there.
The needle?
Well,
Yeah.
Stumblefoot is standing over by it.
Okay.
Oh, well, we need it, right?
Can we take the whole thing?
The whole loom?
Aye.
It's rather
It's a very large
isn't
contraption.
Yeah, it is.
I seriously don't think we can do anything to the tapestry itself. And I think the ladies left this here for us to take.
Pooh,
Yes.
they were looking at you awfully hard. They were giving you the stink eye. Why don't you try to take the needle?
I will.
Without breaking anything.
Without breaking anything.
Aye.
Do you
I can
think
do
you
this.
can do that, dear?
I
I know
do
you're
this.
not the most nimble-fingered.
I'm actually decent. I mean, okay, I'm going to do this.
Are you looking at what you're doing?
Am I looking at what I'm doing?
Are you looking towards the fabric that the needle is stuck in?
I think I noticed that when Stumblefoot was, I look.
I've got a wee headache from looking at this thing.
Yeah. I just kind of I look over where Stumblefoot's at, and I just kind of reach my hand out, see if I can feel the needle.
Okay.
Okay.
And I squint my eyes like I'm concentrating really hard, and I give it a yank.
Okay, so you're trying to feel for the needle is what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay, make a dexterity check for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
With disadvantage because you're not looking.
Okay. 7.
Okay, you grab onto the fabric
Oh,
and it feels cold.
I mean, that's just reality and time and space and everything. You know, no big deal.
It feels cold and electric at the same time. And you get as you have your hand on it, you have an overwhelming feeling of despair.
Oh, dear. No.
Since I'm there, can I guide his hand to the needle since I'm already looking at it?
Are you going to look at it again? I had assumed that you had looked away after it.
I'll look at it again.
All right, make a wisdom save.
All right. Well, that's not as good. That's an 11.
All right. You take 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
So you get a bit of a nosebleed as you're staring into the fabric of infinity.
Sure.
But you are able to guide his hand towards where the needle's at.
Mm-hmm.
and you place his hand upon the needle, and then you turn your head away, and you have the worst headache right now.
Okay. I can do this. I can do this.
Like that part in I don't remember which prophet it was, but when he's talking about the wheels within the wheels.
Yeah, that was
Ezekiel.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ezekiel's
you
weird.
literally saw that.
Ezekiel saw the wheel.
Way up in the middle of the air.
Anyway, so Pooh, you have your hand on the needle now.
And I will just give it a nice, quick, tight pull.
Okay, and when you pull, you yank that needle out.
Did I do it?
And I just crack my eye open a little bit to see if I have it.
You got it.
I got
Well
it.
done, lad. Well done.
Good job, Pooh dear.
Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it.
Now secure it.
I'll put it under my hat.
Okay, as you
big-
try to put the needle under your hat, and when you try to let it go, it's stuck to your hand.
We've got a bit of a problem. It's stuck.
Well, at least you won't be able to lose it.
Well, that's true, but it might make eating difficult.
You do have two hands.
Well, it might make writing difficult.
Question. Do you really do a lot of writing?
Well, no, I don't.
Well, then I don't think it'll be a problem, will it?
Well, you're certainly correct. Well, we've got what we've came for, even if it is attached. But I think maybe we should go somewhere else to figure out exactly what we should do next.
I think we should make our way back out of here and find a safe place to rest. I'm tuckered out for the day, and I'm not feeling too well after staring at the fabric of time and space and reality and all of that. It's a wee overwhelming.
I agree. We have not slept in quite a while, and I do need my beauty sleep.
No, just
But I do.
my regular sleep.
Okay, so you guys make your way out of the castle and start venturing back towards Waterdeep. You guys find a safe place to make camp for the evening. And as you guys are laying down to fall asleep, Pooh, specifically you, as you are starting to drift off to sleep, you start remembering what you saw when you grabbed the fabric of time and reality.
What I felt.
What you saw. Your experience.
The despair and all that.
Well, that's just what people were seeing externally, was you feeling that despair. Okay. What you saw when you grabbed that at that time period for the part of the fabric that you grabbed,
mm-hmm.
You were taken back to the time when you were taken through the rift that the Keeper had taken you through.
So the time that I missed, basically.
No, you went back to where you were.
Okay.
In that pocket dimension. And you see the three ladies that were there that you just saw, except they were there at that time. And they're flying around you in an ethereal state. And you can hear their thoughts as they communicate with each other as they place a paper on your back.
That says kick me.
And you hear one whisper to the other and say, "Surely this one should win the contest if we give him the paper. Surely he shall be our champion." And then you watch as events play out as Hojo goes and takes the paper from your back. And you hear the whispers again. You hear, "He has failed us. A punishment due. Punishment indeed." As you drift off to sleep.
Oh no. And who's this Shirley they keep talking about?
And this is where we shall end it for the evening. Yay. Yay.
Nice one, John.
So much nightmare fuel.
Really?
Yeah, good thing I don't have to go to bed until... Oh, wait.
So to close out the podcast portion of this, we hope you enjoyed our show this evening. If you did, please like us, subscribe, post a review on whatever platform that you listen on. That gets us out in front of more like-minded individuals like yourself who crave a little bit of D&D and maybe not some of the other stuff that sometimes get lumped in it with the actual play podcasts. We try to keep this as PG to PG-13 as we can. So, because we believe that there's a market for that out there. If you want to get a hold of us, please contact us at playinggameswithstrangers@gmail.com. That is our email address. Be our friend and like us on Facebook. We have a page there. Always interested in hearing what you have to say as well. Or if there's somebody out there who wants to do fan art, I'm not going to beg for it, but it'd be super cool. So anyway, anyone else got anything else to say before we shut this down?
So long and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah.
All
go with
right.
God, but go.
And with that, we will wish you a good night, good morning, and good afternoon, or whatever else time period is when you're listening to this. And we will catch you next time.
You've been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast, a Supersonic Pod Comics production featuring the voices of J.S. Earls, Catherine Serwinski, Josiah Crandall, Steve MacDonald, and John Harju. The theme music is Exit Zero by Sovereign Citizen and the Nonprofits, used with permission. Find more of their work on Facebook or wherever else you purchase music digitally. Please rate and review this podcast, wherever you download it from, to help other listeners find this podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.